Hi, in this tutorial I'm going to show how you can install offline versions of some of the most popular Hawaiian dictionaries onto your computer using a program called HawDict. So to get started, I'm going to open up the browser and I'm going to search for HawDict. That's HawDict. The first link here is to a GitHub page. I'll have the link to this in the description of the video. But let's go here, and what we have is HawDict creates offline versions of popular Hawaiian dictionaries in a variety of digital dictionary formats. So HawDict is a program that doesn't contain Hawaiian dictionaries, but will actually go online and find versions that have been scanned into HTML, download those dictionaries, and then process them and convert them into the dictionary files that a dictionary program would use. So if we scroll down here, you can see we have installation instructions and the source dictionaries that HawDict supports. So we have the standard Hawaiian dictionary, we have Mamaka Kaia'au, and we have place names of Hawaii. So the easiest way to get started, HawDict works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. So it doesn't matter what you're running on your PC, but for this video, obviously I'm using Windows. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to download the latest Windows file, which is going to be hawdict.win64.zip. So I'm going to click on the link here. And then on the releases page here, as of this video, the latest version is 0.16.0. So I'm going to scroll down here and click on hawdict.win64.zip. And that's going to download it. I'm going to open that up, and for this tutorial I'm just going to move that over here, and I'm going to extract this folder to my desktop. It doesn't really matter where you put it because we're only going to need to use it once. I'm going to close that. Now if we go back to the HawDict website and go back to the main page, you'll see for building, running HawDict, or using the created dictionaries, see the wiki. So there's a link here. There's also a link at the top of the page to the wiki. So we're just going to go to the wiki, and you can see here we have creating the dictionary. So the first thing we need to do is create the dictionary files, and that means running the HawDict application. So if I click on this link here, you'll see all we need is a PC and the latest HawDict release. So we already have that. We've already extracted it to our desktop, and the easiest way to run it is to just double click on the HawDict binary. So I'm going to open up this folder, and you'll see we have this program, HawDict.exe. I'm just going to double click on that. Now I'm going to let this run. This can take anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how fast your internet connection is and how fast your computer is, but it shouldn't take that long. Okay, so that's finished. And now you'll see in the folder we have 3 folders, one for each of the source dictionaries. So if I double click on one of these folders, you'll see a bunch of files that got downloaded. We have the original HTML that got downloaded. We have a text file from English to Hawaiian and a text file from Hawaiian to English that just has each term and all of its definitions. And then we have a bunch of other files in different formats. The most popular of which, and the one that we're going to be using later in this tutorial, are these StarDict files. Right? StarDict is a very popular format for translation dictionaries on computers. So anyway, I'm going to go back to the wiki page here, and then I'm going to go back to installing the dictionaries. Now obviously I'm doing this on Windows. There are also instructions here for Android and iOS, but you need a dictionary program that can handle StarDict dictionaries so that you can actually search through the terms that are available. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this link to go for Windows. Now the program I recommend on Windows, there's lots of programs to choose from. I recommend a program called HawDict, and that's pretty straightforward here. And on Windows 10 or Windows 11, the easiest way to get HawDict is straight off the Microsoft Store. So there are links for regular downloads if you're on older versions of Windows. But if you're on Windows 10, I'm just going to control link to go to the Microsoft App Store. So here's HawDict. Get the in-store app. Okay, so down here you'll see a install button if you haven't installed it before. I've already installed GoldenDict before on this computer, so I'm just going to go ahead and click Open, and that's going to open up GoldenDict. Now, if I full screen this, you'll see I have this dictionary program. Whenever I want to type up a word, like if I searched up aloha, there's no results. It doesn't know what aloha means because I've not installed any dictionaries yet for GoldenDict to use. So the easiest way to do this is you're going to want to create a folder where you're going to store your dictionary files. Now obviously we have all the files here, and you usually want to create this folder somewhere else on your computer. But I'm just going to create a dictionaries folder here on the desktop. Again, you can create this in your My Documents folder or wherever, someplace permanent that you want to store your dictionary files. And so in this case, I'm going to open up the dictionaries folder. And what I want are, out of each of these folders, I want all of the files with StarDict in the name. So I've already got everything sorted by type here. And you can see for this dictionary there are 8 files. I'm going to go ahead and copy these over to here. You can organize them however you want. This is just the easiest thing to do, is just grab those StarDict files. And then I'm going to go back into the HawDict folder. So go to place names. And we've got some StarDict files in here. I'm going to move those out. And then back here and go to Hui Albert and grab all of these StarDict files. Again, I have it sorted by type so they're easy to find. And there's basically 4 files per direction of the language. So you have English to Hawaiian and Hawaiian to English. So 2 directions, 4 files each, we get 8 files. So I'm going to go ahead and drag these over. Now these are all in dictionaries, and I can go ahead and close this. I don't need HawDict anymore. In fact, you can delete the HawDict folder after this. All you really need are these dictionary files. And so now I'm going to get the path to this folder. I'm going to go back into GoldenDict. So I copied the path, and I want to go to Edit Dictionaries. Now we have this Sources tab and Files by default, and you can see it's empty, so I'm going to do Add. I'm going to go ahead and hit paste in that folder path, hit select folder. So now you'll see it has the path, and if you want, you can go ahead and click this recursive box. That's if you decided to organize your files underneath that dictionaries folder. And we're going to go ahead and just hit OK. And now GoldenDict is going to go ahead and scan through those dictionary files. And now you'll see the result for Aloha actually returned result. So we have from the Hawaiian dictionary, English to Hawaiian, and from Hawaiian to English, we have that result. And so if I look for another word, for example, hui, the nice thing about these dictionary files is you don't necessarily have to type the kahokos or the okinas. So if I do hui, you'll see here's the result for hui, right, with different definitions, and then it'll also give you hui and hui for, I guess that's hui. So if you heard the word and doesn't necessarily know where the emphasis is on certain letters and whether or not you need a kahako or not, that's okay. They're all synonyms within the dictionary, so you'll still be able to find those words. And you can even do things like double click on a word in the definition, and that will take you to, like, double click hui hui, and that took me to the definition for hui hui. And it keeps track of your history here. So that's GoldenDict. That's the easiest way I've found to have an offline dictionary. The files are on your computer, and you don't need to worry about going to a website and searching up terms or flipping through a physical copy of the book. You have the files, you have the dictionary, and you can use them without internet connection. So I'm going to quit GoldenDict really quickly here. I'm going to go back very briefly, to wrap up, if I go back to the wiki page here, go back to the wiki, you can see, as I said, we have instructions for other operating systems. HawDict is available on Linux, and I'm fairly certain it's available on Mac. So you can follow similar steps to add the dictionaries to those operating systems. There are different programs available on Android and iOS. So if we look at that very briefly, if you're interested, for example, I use HawDict. It's a free dictionary that you can also, you just do the exact same steps and you just copy and paste all of these StarDict files into a particular folder on your phone, and HawDict will recognize them, and you'll be able to look up words on your phone. So that's it. I hope this helps you with your study of Olelo Hawaii. Thank you.